so important we choose the right materials from the right suppliers. We try to go as far back in the supply chain as we can with each element, with a screw, with a bolt, with the timber, the thatch, the rope, so that we can have an impact on the decisions. We don't just buy off the shelf. We try and go as far back in the supply chain in our choices. And very often we bring into the choice of materials unique elements that deliver the excellence that we need and want. By way of example, if we buy a decking board, a piece of timber, that's so easy to buy off the shelf from any number of high street timber suppliers, but we don't. We go back in the supply chain. We go right the way back to where that timber first comes into the UK, if it's from abroad. And we have, in discussion and negotiation with the company, how that timber is treated. So it's, we go above and beyond at all times.
And do the clients know that?
Yeah, we're really clear about that, but often they don't ask.
Yeah.
Of course, there are other questions, but really happy to share that. It's part of this DNA that runs through the company. When we dig a hole for an upright timber to go into the ground, one of the legs, if you like, to a treehouse, we dig that by hand.
Oh, wow. Why?
So that we can be responsive to roots or rocks or stones that we find. So there's very little machinery on the site.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a handcrafted hole in the ground. I mean, it's crazy. We've tried all the machines, 22 years. We think, oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. We see things and, there are all sorts of bits of kit that we've tried and used and hired and purchased.
So you're not just being responsible to the client, you're being responsible to the land and the earth and the nature that's around you as well, so that you're not
I mean, it improves our level of excellence. We can be really precise with the location of a hole. All sounds very technical, Joe, but it's important because this is how my brain works. And that then wraps the whole business in that level of detail. In all honesty, Joe, personally, I've dug thousands and thousands of holes. I'm an expert hole digger.
What do you do? I do coals. Fantastic.
Yeah, and I love it. I love that we do that, and I love, there's a technical reason that we do that. That's very often our clients will have irrigation in their gardens, for example.
God, of course, yeah. So you need to be careful of that as well.
Of course, they don't have a map of where things are. So, we discover all sorts, and we've discovered beautiful stones and rocks and artifacts and bits of Roman china. It's a little sort of architectural discovery. But on a typical project, there might be 20 or 30 holes that we need to dig.
Right.
So it's extensive work.
Yeah.
So if there was a sort of quick, easy way to do that, and we've tried all of those techniques, we've actually discovered, good old-fashioned
dig it yourself
ways of doing it. Dig it yourself, human. It's accurate. It's precise.
And it's careful. It's careful, I think, is the careful and caring.
Quiet. Yeah. Quietly world class. Our clients see us doing that.
Yeah.
And ask why, and we discuss it.
Thanks for listening to the Treehouse Life podcast. If this episode sparked your imagination, follow along and stay connected. You can find more of our work, stories from the treetops, and adventures around the world at Treehouse Life HQ. Until next time, keep exploring.